Hey, stop what you're doing. It's time for Raw Talk Live. Yay, let's get this party started. What's going on, girlfriend Peggy? How you doing tonight?
Good. How you doing, Queen? How you
I'm
doing,
doing
beautiful?
beautiful. Hey, you're the queen tonight. You are rocking the headgear tonight, baby. You are giving them something to look at tonight. What?
Another one of my crazy pieces.
Yes, another Peggy creation. That's nice. So listen, there's nothing better than a custom headband that matches your top, that matches your blouse. It's pretty. I like it. So now, is that a belt?
Yeah.
All right. Now, how did you get the material on it?
It's my belt, and I just took my belt. This is actually a long piece with pockets, and it's just the stretchy material. I just kind of cut a piece from the bottom. It's something I wear around, something to lounge around the house.
Yeah.
And then I just took the piece and I wrapped it around the belt.
Okay. And then you could use that same material, what, to tie it or to hold it on,
I can
or
use it at just the material itself as a way to wrap my head again. If I want to wrap my head, I could put it around my neck as a scarf or use it as a belt or just do whatever I want to do with the extra piece.
and well, I'm saying that with that the material is wrapped around the belt and then it ties in the back.
Yeah, I got it kind of tied up back there in a little,
Oh, it's real neat back there. That looks real nice.
you
You
know,
did that without looking?
without looking. Yeah, it's just back there on a little ponytail back there. But yeah, that's the belt. I had to gather it up and use a rubber band and tighten it up. And then I just made the little thing over it to make it look like a little ponytail back there. For those of you in the back that want to see, you can't see. Okay, but
Yeah.
it's back there.
Well, that's all right. I'm sure people are wondering what's going on. Hi, hello to everybody in the virtual building with us tonight. Yes, Raw Talk Live is on. I had a lot of technical difficulties tonight with the show, but we got through that, and so we're here. And let me tell you something funny. You know, I usually go live on Facebook before the show.
Right,
This
right.
and I tried twice to go live on Facebook, and I would hit it, and it would say, your live is over. It keeps telling me, it's acting like I went live and I didn't go live. I don't understand. I don't know what the deal is, but
It's just technology. It's brilliant, but it's like it's temperamental.
yeah.
It's a
So I'm
temperamental beast
sure.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure people are wondering. They were like, "Well, 9 o'clock. What's happening? What's going on?" Just could not get in. Couldn't get the system to work for me. So here we are, and you, my dear, are still in South Florida, down there with your daughter and your new grandson.
Yeah.
So what's that like?
Oh, it's been a dream. It's been beautiful. They those moments, like you say, when they just at their youngest, those first weeks of life, first months before they start crawling around and running and moving and bothering everything. It's just precious. You can't. You just nothing like it.
No, that's your
Yeah.
time to just really soak it all in and enjoy them. I love after you give the baby a bath and then you rub their little body down with some with baby magic lotion. Oh, the smell of that baby magic right up under there in that sweet spot under their neck. Oh, I
It
love it.
just, it just, touching his little hands and just playing with him and looking at his feet and just looking at him. It's just like I can't believe I got a boy. First of all, 'Cause,
Yeah.
I got all girls and two daughters, two granddaughters, and now the boy.
Yes.
So I'm just excited to have this little boy in the family for some reason.
Oh
Yeah,
yes. Oh yes. He's
yeah.
gonna be running around there like a real king, honey.
Oh yeah.
You just wait. And then he's gonna have those other two queens protecting him. So um
Until it flips, and then he'll be protecting them. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And so that's wonderful. That's beautiful. I'm so glad that you're blessed to have that time with them. But
yeah,
tonight we have a lot to talk about. We put a lot of stuff on the agenda to talk about, and we need
yeah.
somebody to talk to about it. I am so put out with this dog on Facebook. I can't even begin to tell you. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what has gone wrong with my social media today. But they not treating me right. They ain't
Mhm.
treating me right. I don't know
We're
what
gonna
the
have to
deal
send
is.
out some memos.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send out smoke signals. Well,
Yep,
oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to send out smoke signals.
yes,
Um,
yes.
I was thinking maybe I would. Maybe I do. Let me see. Check in connection. Oh, okay. Hey, this is wonderful. Okay, so Facebook wasn't working for me. Poo poo la la. And so Instagram it is. Hey, what's going on? Instagram Raw Talk Live is on and popping right now. You can join us at Raw Talk on the Facebook page or YouTube. Go to Real as Women. real real as women on YouTube, Real as Women Raw Talk, and you can join us in conversation live tonight. Folks are starting to come into the virtual building. We had some technical difficulties, but we want you to know that we are here. It's on and popping tonight. We got 4 hot topics for them, right, girlfriend Peggy?
Mhm, mhm.
Yes. So a couple of things we're going to get out the way real quick. Hey, I see y'all falling in. Thank you so much. Um, Wil Smith, Peggy brought up a good question. She was like, does the punishment fit the crime? Uh, are they overdoing it when it comes to punishing Will? And then, second of all, it happened a couple of weeks ago, but we wanted to recognize that Lee Daniels finally apologized to Monique. We'll talk about that a little bit tonight. And then a new trend that's happening. That's happening in Houston and in Atlanta, where I am, and that is women applying beards, applying facial hair, getting the whole, like they're in a movie or something, applying beards. And
Yep,
the interesting thing about it is that they're not transgender. They're females, but they want a beard. Listen,
they
to
want
each
their
his
southern
own, and
look.
God bless them. And then last but not least at all is the conversation about Zaya Wade, Dwayne Wade's daughter, who is transitioning. Hello, who's transitioning into a male. And her kiss, now she's 14, kissing her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is was born physically as a female, but is transitioning to a male. And if that's confusing, join the crowd. I apologize. You understand? So she's a girl transitioning to a male. The boyfriend was no, yeah. The boyfriend was born a female, transitioning to a male. So that's going to be last but not least. We ain't going to touch on that right away. We're going to get these other people out the way, and then we'll get more deeply into that. What you say, girlfriend
I
Peggy?
think that's a good thing. Mhm.
Hey, Gail, girlfriend Peggy is doing it, isn't she? She says she is loving that look. That is hot.
Thank
That is
you.
hot. That is hot. And I'm thinking whether you had, even if you had longer hair, you could, if you had your hair up in a ponytail, you could rock that,
Yeah,
you
you can
know,
do a high ponytail.
a high ponytail
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
even a tall bun,
Mm-hmm.
depending on, the shape of your head and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would probably need two belts to go around my head. I have a big ass head. Hey, Corey.
Wow.
Hey, Corey, what's going on? Corey said, "Wow." I know that's right, Corey. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so we have a lot to talk about. And so girlfriend Peggy, what's going on with Will Smith?
Well, from what I hear and the few news scoops that I've gotten, that not only had he been banned for the 10 years from the Oscars, that they stopped production on the release of several movies. National Geographic delayed pole to pole. That they were supposed to have been following him in the North Pole to the South Pole, chronicling what he was doing from day to day to day. That's been delayed. I wouldn't say canceled, but it's been put off. Also, Netflix had uh, a movie that was coming out called Bright. That's a no go. That's been put on the back burner. And so those are some of the fallouts from
Yeah,
the
that's
backlash from
big.
him slapping Chris Rock.
Not being able to participate with the Academy and the Oscars for 10 years,
Mhm.
losing a big show like the National Geographic show. That I would have watched that. I would have watched that to see him go from the North Pole to the South Pole, and they don't even let you go to the South Pole. You ain't even supposed. You're not supposed to be up at either one of them. And so the whole idea that they would, chronicle that.
Yeah.
Man, that is awesome. And then the
Well, I think
last
they
thing,
also stopped. I'm sorry. I think they also stopped the production of the new. They were going to bring back
Fresh
the
Prince.
Fresh Prince. I think they stopped that as well.
Okay, so they were going to stop. So no production on Fresh Prince. And you know what messes that? You know what really is bad about that is all of the people who had been on Fresh Prince.
You have to
Okay,
suffer and
yeah,
lose
they were going
pay.
to get, they were going to get a little something going on. They don't haven't really had anything going on, you
For a
know.
while.
So
Yeah.
right, so that would have been beautiful income for them. That would have been fun. So no Fresh Prince, and then Bright. What was the show Bright going to be
I
about?
don't know what Bright was about. It was a movie. I believe it's a movie, a Netflix release.
Hmm.
Bright.
Well, whatever it was
What's
going
the
to be,
name
it
of it?
ain't going to be about it now.
It's been
And
pulled.
that's millions. That's millions of dollars.
I mean, and when they say pulled, that means it's always a possibility they can change their mind and go back and release it or finish the project or whatever it is and bring it up later. But for right now, they kind of trying to see which way things really going with him. I think they trying to feel things out.
And see if this will cool down or something for him or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
Corey
That's
says it's called Bright 2.
okay.
Bright
So it's a
2.
bright one. Okay.
I don't know if it was a bright one or not, but I guess so. Usually when they say two, right, they have been a one,
It's a
but
part two,
I
right?
don't know.
Yeah.
I hadn't
That's what
heard
I'm
of it.
thinking. Yeah.
I didn't
I
know.
haven't seen it.
So I don't know, family, what do you think?
And
And
Chris Rock's mom has said several times that yes, he has apologized, quote unquote, to Chris Rock, but the apologies that he's given out so far are not adequate enough. She want him to go back and apologize, however, in public or personally, or in, I don't know. She want him to write it in blood or stone or whatever she want. But what he's done so far, the mother is. She said that's not enough. That's not enough. You need to do a little bit more.
wow. Hey, if you want to be a part of the conversation, you can join us tonight by going to YouTube, Real As, and come on and let us hear what you have to say. We have a lot to talk about, and we would love to do it with you. But man, so Chris, I wonder what she wants him to do. What could Will Smith do that would please Chris Rock's mama?
The apology wasn't
She
good
didn't.
enough.
She just said that apology is not enough, but she didn't say what she wanted.
She didn't say absolutely what she wanted him to do, but she said the apology was not enough. What he's done so far is not enough. It's not
Mm.
enough.
You
Because she
know,
said not only did he slap Chris, she said he slapped everybody. He slapped all of them.
wow. She said it was a slap in the face for everybody.
Yes, ma'am. For
Well, you know,
everybody.
she's right. She's got a point there. And you know, I know in the past shows I said, you know, that I thought it was fake and you know made up and you know all of that kind of stuff. You know, they got me questioning my own self now. You
Mm,
know, because of the punishment and the kickback on it, and why would somebody do that
to set themselves back.
and set themselves back that way and harm so many people? You know, unless it was like, hey, you can do this or somebody can die.
But the setback, all the setback behind every setback, sometimes there's a greater comeback.
Yes,
So
that's
we can't
true.
rule that out because he still, this may be the backlash and it may be setting, look like it's setting him back, but it's going to propel him forward in the long run.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You know, that's what they say. A setback is a setup for a comeback.
For a comeback. That's right. So I believe
Hmm.
that's what's happening. That's what's going to happen. In the meanwhile, Chris is he's bolting along with his comedy tour and he's doing great things. But he say he's not talking until somebody come up with some big cheese for him to talk about that night.
Yep. Oh
He's
no,
holding
he's
out
not
for
going to
some
give
money.
his opinion or feelings or anything like that. No,
He's
because
not
he
coming
knows
out
that
with a
that's
real raw interview.
valuable. You know,
Hmm.
he's smart enough to know that that's valuable. And so that means ABC, NBC, CBS, somebody who had, you know, like Gail King would have to, you
Yeah,
know, they have
cool.
to come and say, hey, we want to give you so much money, you know,
For
for an
this exclusive
interview.
interview. Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's what
Short
he
of
hold
that,
it. He said it. He hold it. Short of that, he said he's not talking about it.
mm-mm.
Do you blame him? Because, like you
No,
say,
ma'am.
when you're in Hollywood, you know what's what. You know what's going to be the payoff. You know what's going to be the, you know what's going to come through for you.
Yep.
You know. Speaking of holding out, like I say, Monique,
Yes.
I think she's going to eventually get what she wants, money
Yes.
wise. She's going to get
Yes.
that $19 million deal, $20 million deal, maybe even more. I don't know, but I think she deserves it.
Yes, most definitely. We said we
I
were going
think
to
she
talk
deserves it.
about Monique tonight and the
Yeah.
apology that Lee Daniels finally gave her. And she was the holdout queen. She stood firm on
For 5 years.
5 years. It
Hmm.
was only 5 years?
It's been
Seemed
5 years.
longer. But yeah, but she stood firm. She stood her ground and said, "Hey, you know, y'all didn't treat me right, and y'all didn't treat me right, and I deserve more. I deserve better, and I'm not going to take anything short of what I feel like I deserve."
Yeah, and that's what they telling women, right? Don't
Right.
settle. Know your worth.
Know your
You
worth,
know,
and that's you know that's anybody, man or
right,
woman. That you got to
right.
know your worth, and and live up to that. And she wasn't playing, and her husband wasn't either.
A lot of people tried to put blame on him and say he was the reason and the cause and this, that, and the other. But she said she had white managers. She had white people representing her. Oh, we'll get them on the next one. We'll get them on the next one. We'll get them on the next one. Well, the next one and the next one and the next one kept coming, and she wasn't getting the money that she should have been getting. So when
Right,
C stepped in, her husband stepped in, and he was like, "Well, no, she's not traveling for free, or no, she's not going to go over there and promote this show." Then she said they got labeled difficult, hard to work with, blah blah blah, and it was said that she was um all these things,
right.
and
And
then
you know
quote
what's
unquote she
funny?
got blackballed. Right.
If a man comes to the negotiation table and says, "Look, I'm not traveling for free. I'm not promoting
Mhm.
this movie for free. I don't care if I'm in the movie. You know that you all are supposed to do more than just take care of my expenses or buy me a first class ticket somewhere. You
And then
know,
putting
that's
a
my
note,
time away
tape
from
there.
doing what else I'm doing. I deserve to get paid. Everybody else does." And so if a man had come in and said what she said, I dare think that they would have labeled him difficult.
Right.
They wouldn't label him difficult. They don't talk about men that way. But here comes this black woman, and now all of a sudden she's difficult. And then nobody likes to talk to a black man that's defending a black woman. They don't want to
Hmm.
talk to him.
Right.
They already don't like you. And if you're in the business, you're working in the industry, and then here you come, defending this woman and making certain demands. They really don't like you
No, ma'am.
at all.
And it was like, oh no, we don't. There's no money attached to that. You'll upgrade your room. We'll give you first class, but uh, yeah, how dare you ask for money to be over there for 2 or 3 weeks, going to events and premieres and things like this, promoting the show? You won't do that for free.
Mm,
Why would they even assume want her to do it for free? They are making thousands and millions of dollars from these movies and pictures and the things that they've done for 20 centuries, basically. And you don't want to pay somebody to do what they're to do promotions.
right.
That seemed very backwards
Who
and
does
selfish.
that?
Who does that?
Who
Right.
does that?
You away from your family. You got to travel. You know how much you got to makeup, hair, wardrobe, da da da, this, that, and the other. Things switch up and change so much. You going through a lot.
Right.
That's supposed to be done for free.
Mm-mm.
I don't get it.
No,
But
nobody, and
she
she
was right
didn't
to
do
do
it.
what she did. I support her 100%. I know she's still been working the circus and doing her shows and stand up comedian, working on some things. And I love that sister. She a beautiful person from what I can see. And she's always been firm. And I've known her to be truthful. For I believe everything she said from day one. So
Hmm.
I'm praying for her, and I just hope she get what she deserves. I hope she get what she deserve, and that's top dollar. That sister deserve top dollar for what
Most
she does.
definitely.
Yes,
Most definitely.
yes.
She does, for sure.
Hmm.
I agree. Hey, I won't know until after this live if you can hear what girlfriend Peggy is saying or not. This is the first time I've gone live on Instagram while also doing the show. So you know, it's new to me. I don't know. I need to check the calendar. I don't know if Mercury is in retrograde or what, but I'm telling you, every single thing that could possibly go wrong, technically, it would seem, went wrong. For me tonight, working on getting this show going. So if you're just joining us, thank you so much for doing so. You can be part of the conversation we're going to have tonight if you go right now to YouTube at Real as Women Raw Talk, Real as Women Raw Talk on YouTube. We would love to. How you? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Very good. So do that, and we'll see you when you become part of, join us in the audience, so we can have some fun. So now something else that we're going to be talking about tonight, so we're happy for Monique, but
Oh,
here's
do
the
you
new.
think more apologies will come? Do you think Oprah? Do you
Do
think
you think
Tyler
Oprah
Perry
and Tyler Perry are
will
going to
also offer apology to her?
publicly apologize?
I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. I think Tyler Perry really should. I don't know I don't know if Oprah said anything or did anything that was, negatively or whatever, why she would believe that Oprah owes her one. But Tyler definitely said that he was support and that she was right for what she was standing up for. And then when he wouldn't say it in public that she was right. And that's where the odds came between them
Yeah,
two,
the
I believe.
conflict
The
came.
differences. Yeah.
How are you going to tell me in private you believe I'm
That's
doing the right thing, and then
right.
publicly you don't support me?
Right. Right. Right.
And And you know what's disconcerting is that you have these three very prominent African American people, and you
Hmm.
think that you are part of their family because you've been in the same trenches that they have been in to come up through the ranks
Right.
to accomplish what you've done, on
Hmm.
TV, on radio, in Hollywood.
Right.
And you think that there's some camaraderie there. This is my family, these are my brothers and sisters, with black
Right.
people together in the struggle, and then they turn
Right.
their backs on you for nothing.
Ooh,
For
that's hard.
nothing, not because you stole money for them, or said something derogatory about them, their looks, their sexuality, their performance. You had said you didn't do anything. All you did was protect your own self-interest. And then these people turn their back on you and make disparaging remarks about you, and make people think that you're difficult when you're not.
Steve
And
Harvey
that's
was
got to
another
be
one
really
that said,
heartbreaking.
Steve Harvey, I think he made old apology too, because she said you choosing to play the money game over having integrity. And he said integrity don't pay the bills, basically. Like, you wrong, Monique. Like, integrity don't pay the bills. I got kids to feed. I got a family. I got, stuff to take care of out here. That's not how that worked. That's what he told her. So, in other words, he was saying, forget about your morals, your integrity, your values, or whatever it is you believe in, you stand strong on. Forget about it. Bow down, bend over, take these scraps and get what you can get and keep it moving. Like, really?
Yeah, I was surprised when she was on his show, and that's how he came off. So,
Yep.
and Steve Harvey is another one, and yet all three of these people, all three,
4. Mhm.
four. Well, I don't know what Lee Daniels says publicly about his spirituality. All right.
Mhm.
But Tyler Perry sure does, all on the stage with TD Jakes, and all of that praying and all of that praising and all of that
The anointed
preaching.
now. Yeah. Where's that anointment? Yeah.
Where's the anointing now?
Right. Where is it when you need to come to this sister and like I say, restore her or do whatever, give an apology or whatever you can do to help her get her standings back. She said, just give me my name back.
Just,
That means give me back what I have earned. Give me back what I have put out there. I'm an Oscar winner. You know what I'm saying? She
right.
was told by Tyler Perry, once you win, if you get nominated, your salary is going to increase from 3 million to 6 million. If you win, you going from anywhere from 10 to
It's,
$20 million per movie. Like, she
right.
expecting to get that type of payout back.
Right,
Is
right,
she
because
wrong?
she's made the investment.
She's
She's
done the
made the
work.
investment in time and in her craft, and she deserves that kind of return. Um, and to not get it. But Oprah, if I had $1 for every show that she's done, when she was doing all of the spiritual shows on OWN, she was interviewing everybody about every God-like, spiritual-like thing ever, and always professing to be, so positive and everything. I wouldn't have to work no more all of the times that she's done that. So you got her with that, you got Tyler Perry with that, and you got Steve Harvey praying in the morning, and always saying something positive in connection to God. So but he on the at the same at the other side of his neck, he'll say, Monique, your character and integrity doesn't pay a bill. So, why would you forfeit your career, just because you have some integrity? That's crazy to me.
Yeah, because
And
like I
then you
said,
got these three people that's supposed to be, oh, so godlike, but they can't find it nowhere where they may have been wrong. They can't find no place in their heart to apologize to her. Man, you better not say nothing to me about God. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing about your freaking spirituality, and you can't talk to this woman
well, like she
and
say, Amy Schumer
apologize.
was offered 11.5 for her Netflix series, and then they threw in another 2 million on top of that 11.5 she was getting. Just threw it in there, just for whatever. Say, oh, here you go. Here's an
Here
extra
you
two.
go. Here you go. We
Yeah,
got
here you
money to
go.
give away.
Yeah,
Nice
for
little
your
girl, but
you
not
bring
for
your thing to
Monique.
the stage. Yeah, and Monique, they $500,000. What kind of comparison? What kind of equal? What kind of Fraggle Knackle BS is that?
What kind of nonsense is that exactly?
Unbelievable. But
Mm,
if you let them get away with it, they'll get away with it. And she's not letting them get away with it. She is not
mm.
letting them get away with it.
No, she didn't, and she shouldn't. And so, now hopefully, time will go on, and she'll begin to get the
Get the
kind of
offers
roles
that
and
she
things
deserved.
that
Yep,
she
get the offers that
deserves.
she deserved. Because she got some great things in store, and I know she got material. These last 5 years, I know she got some things under her wing that's just gonna be off the chain funny.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
even if she got to laugh at her own pain, because it's been painful. I'm sure it's been
Oh, it
painful
has.
and heartbreaking and heart wrenching. It's just to know that she's going through that is it's heartbreaking.
It is.
It
Because
is.
she,
It's just
she didn't deserve that. Okay,
mm,
so we had four topics tonight, and so that's two.
that's true.
Here's number three.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The third topic is about a trend that's happening, they say, in Houston and in Atlanta. And it's women applying beards. She has some beautiful skin. I
And
wonder
look at
what
those
that,
teeth,
huh?
pretty teeth.
And beautiful teeth. I mean, gorgeous. Like, that's a Crest smile, ain't it? A Colgate smile or something. She
She didn't.
is, she's really stunning. Just naturally stunning. And then she applies a beard and a mustache.
Right.
I think she has hazel eyes too. This
Hmm.
this girl is gorgeous.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, I think she
Cut all her hair down. You see the haircut
yep,
afterwards.
yep. She cut all her hair off. She got a serious fade, and that beard. Oh my,
A full beard,
a full
no
beard
teeth, and
and
mustache. Yeah,
mustache. And because she
that's the image you want.
that's the image that she wants. That's
Hmm.
how she sees herself. That's how
Hmm.
she wants to show up. That's how she's presenting herself.
Hmm.
Um, that's hey boo, that's very interesting, to see women, going out of their way to apply a beard when I spend countless hours every day making sure I don't have a beard or a mustache.
Yeah, but you don't want to be no man.
No,
That's why you do
no,
that.
no. I don't want to be a man.
All
I don't
right.
want to be a
So
man. I tease a lot. I always say, like I'll be in my mirror, tweezing, just looking for everything that even looks like a hair, even if it might look like a hair that might come out next week. I try to go in now and get it
and get it
today.
out the way.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
I be
Yeah.
doing some serious surgery, okay? And so somebody will say, well, my children might come and say, hey mom, what you doing? I said, I am in here trying to keep from looking like an old Puerto Rican man. No offense to the old Puerto Rican man, my daddy was one. Okay.
Okay.
Listen, and I hate to go somewhere. You might be out anywhere in line at the grocery store or whatever, and you see women and they got all of them crunchy hairs right
Right.
there, all twist, twirly around. Bitch, get some tweezers and snatch that stuff out of your face. Baby, let me tell you something. I got me a big mirror with a big magnifying, with a light and a big magnifying mirror. I got some tweezers that will go in and get the most tiny invisible hair. I'll be down there working it, twisting my
Okay.
face all around, feeling all over. I don't want a beard.
Right.
I don't want a beard. I don't want a mustache. I have been just, inflicting all kinds of pain on myself for years to make sure I don't have that issue. Oh my God.
Yeah. But yeah, that the women inserting the beards. And how is that any different from the men who go full faced it with the beat face and the lashes and the wigs?
And there you
It's
go,
different.
girlfriend Peggy.
How different is it?
There you
Are the
go.
women
You know
feeling
how
like they're being
different.
tricked now by women that's posing as men and not being told? Because now it's gonna get harder to detect if that's a natural man or woman. If you got a full face of beard, you're gonna assume that's a man, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody comes up to you with a full face beard on,
yeah,
you just assume, you presume that that is a man. But
right.
now with women applying a full beard to their faces, you're not going to know. And uh, so I don't know. So what do you say? Oh my God, I don't know. But you could get tricked. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't trick me.
Ooh, I have never been tricked yet. Thank God. I'm crossing my fingers. Hope to die. I hope I never do get tricked. I don't
Oh, I
want
do
to be
not want
tricked.
to get tricked.
Don't bamboozle me with that. Don't
No,
bamboozle
no.
me with that. I'm not
Uh-uh.
with that.
No, I do
That's
not
so
want to be
awful.
hoodwinked. But hey, thanks for joining us. Listen, we are on YouTube Live. If you want to join in on the conversation, make a comment, go to Real As Women Raw Talk on YouTube. And then when you get there, you'll probably see, a show with me and Peggy on it and that type of thing. Just click on the circle, the photo in the circle underneath there, and it takes you right to the channel, or it should take you to the live or something good like that. So yeah, so what we're talking about tonight is the trend going on in Houston and Atlanta about women applying fake beards to appear to be men or to be more masculine and all of that good stuff. And we don't want to get tricked. Don't trick us, you know. But Peggy, you're right. Peggy was saying, girlfriend Peggy is saying, how is that different from men who apply wigs and who shave off all their hair and apply wigs and makeup to look like women? I guess it's inevitable. Everybody can go both ways, and do that. And so
Yeah,
now women
definitely.
are they're having their breasts removed, and then doing things to make themselves look a little more masculine.
And what are we trying to do? Right now, we're trying to find some transgenders, somebody from the LBGT community that can come in and share with us some information because, like I say, it's so many things and questions that we just don't know about it, and they get so offended about certain things. But how can you get offended with the community at large that really doesn't have the proper knowledge of what it is they're doing or why they're
Right.
doing it and don't understand why they transgendering, why they switching from a man to a woman? It's so deep and it's so intricate and delicate that it's a hard topic and situation to talk about.
Yeah, it is. It's a very sensitive topic. You don't want to offend people, and if you're heterosexual, it's hard to understand sometimes why somebody who looks like you feels more like a man, or vice versa, or what they're feeling, or what they're going through, and how they're coping with it. So I have good news. Next week, Thursday, we're going to do a special show on Thursday of next week with a friend of mine from the LGBTQ community who is a male, but who presents sometimes as a female.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
so he's coming on to join us and to
Good.
answer some questions and to answer your questions, and we'll go from there. So we'll find out what the etiquette is when it comes to LGBTQ. We'll find out how this person feels, because there's so many different nuances. There's transgender, and then there's people who are not transgender but they are bisexual or they're gay or there's so many categories. uh,
They only like to play
we're just trying
dress
to
up.
figure out what's going on.
Some of them, I think, just like to play dress up. I mean, then like you say, you got some men that's fully beard, with lashes on and a beat face and high heel shoes. I mean, like you said, you don't know whether to say good evening, ma'am, or good evening, sir,
Yeah, I don't know whether to
because
say
they
hello,
kind of
ma'am,
mixed up,
hello,
and you're
sir.
not trying to be funny or nothing. But how do you say hello? You just got to say hello and
Yeah.
let them either say hello or hello. I guess that can help you determine, but they might, you don't know what's going to set them off.
Right, right. And you certainly don't want to set anybody off. But I tell you, in Atlanta, it is, I never see this in Orlando. But in Atlanta, I was telling girlfriend Peggy, it is not unusual at all, to be in the mall and to see a man with muscles. He got on, a tank top or a wife beater, tight jeans, high heel shoes, and a fully beat face. Um, it, it, that's
That's
Atlanta.
what I was saying. It's nothing. There's no wow factors no more because you're seeing so much of everything. Says nothing is like, did you see? It's like it's getting to be an average, normal, everyday passing. Whoever
Yeah.
doing what is just like it. Just she look cute. He look cute. It's nothing.
Nothing shocks you anymore. And
Nothing
if
got
it
shot
does,
down.
it's short lived. You're not shocked. You're not shocked a lot anymore,
Mm-mm.
based on what people are doing. It's just like, oh, is that a what? And and then sometimes you're really not sure, because they'll blend it. They'll blend the man and woman thing together,
Together.
or so we're going to find out next Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Is on and popping with the LGBTQ community. So we've got that one person, and who knows, who
Maybe
might,
we can get some more. We'd
yeah.
love to have a panel
Oh yeah.
because a panel would be ideal. So we can have multiple, people from different ways. Some people say they it became, that way because they were molested during childhood. I keep saying it's got to be a choice that they make at some point. You say it's not a choice, but I
I
got to
say the
say
way you're born and come into the world feeling how you feel is not your choice. So if you're born and you have a physical female body, but you feel like a man,
at what age do
and
you
you're,
start feeling when you start when you are old enough to know that you're a female and you're starting to feel like a man at whether that's 7 or 8 or 12 or 15? At some point you got to know that I'm a female but I'm feeling like I'm a man inside, and so my theory or thought is you got to make a choice to know that I don't want to be a female, I want to be a male. That's what I'm saying about it's
yeah,
got to
you
be
make
some
a
thought
choice
and some
that you're going to
choices.
present yourself for who you really are. That's the choice that you're making. You're not making the choice to be a man or a woman. You're making a choice whether to be honest and present yourself as who you are, or
Who they are.
to lie to everybody else, to put on the clothes and live out your life like a female, um um uh mad, angry, disappointed, scared, hurt, uh, because you're not being true to yourself. I would imagine that maybe Bruce Jenner felt that way. All those times, presenting himself as a man and as a real man, having a bunch of children and all like that, but living his entire life feeling like a woman and just finally deciding, F all of y'all. I've done everything like a man. I'm going to be the woman who I really believe, who I've always felt like. So, do you
What
live
I'm
your
saying
life
is
as
that
a
not a
lie?
choice? Is that not a choice to do that?
He made a choice to be real to himself. Yes, you make
Right.
a choice, but you do not make a choice to be gay or not. You don't make a choice to feel like a man when you have titties and a pussy. You don't make that choice to feel like a man.
Okay, well, like I said, I
You
at
know,
some point it's a
I
choice.
understand you don't believe that. You don't feel that way. Do you know how that happens in the process of birth? Do you know what happens when somebody gets pregnant and your baby is in there developing that it's not a boy or a girl for a long time? That the doctor couldn't tell you if you was having a boy or a girl? You know why?
Because the penis haven't popped out or whatever they can't
Because
really
it
tell
hasn't
me.
happened. Do you know what
Right.
makes that happen?
What
Hormones.
kicks
During the
in and starts to
during
change the
during the
clitoris to a
process
penis.
of a human child developing, there is a release, like in the third month or so, the beginning of the second trimester, that that's when the estrogen and testosterone are released, because
Mm,
they're building a baby, you
right.
know, they're building a
Yeah.
baby, all right.
Okay.
So if there's if there's an imbalance there in any kind of way, it's going to sway you one way or another, to feel one way or another, regardless of what your parts are. It's a
Mm.
very delicate process. So so you're born into a female body, but you demonstrate like a man, and it doesn't take a long time. Sometimes you can see it in children who are as young as 3 or 4 years old. You see his tendencies to be more feminine, and he doesn't know, and the only reason why he knows he's a boy is because you told him. When they're babies, that baby doesn't know if they're a boy or a girl. You say, I'm gonna dress you in blue, and I'm telling you, you a boy, so you can't wear my lipstick. But he's feeling like, I really don't want to wear that lipstick. you know he's feeling that he doesn't even know that what he's feeling and doing is feminine. He doesn't know that he's being
Okay, well, like
cute.
I say, for those of us who have not walked in those shoes, we have not had those feelings, who have not been molested and felt like they needed to be one or the other or change or switch up, we don't know. So we coming from the ignorant side of the not knowing how and what it is, the process of what they feeling and the choices and how they became to be how they are. We don't know. So what I'm
But we
saying
do
is
know.
they get upset.
Well, we don't know everything about everybody, but we know some things. Now, I don't know anybody who personally who's made a decision about their sexuality, or how they present their male or female side based on them being molested. So it's like saying, oh, if this child is molested as a young boy by another male, then that will, you're saying, well, that will make him.
Cause them to be
Yeah, I
gay.
don't know. I imagine that could
We've heard
happen,
that so many times before.
but it could be a lie. Just because you hear it over and over again doesn't make it true. So I don't know. Maybe that
But
has happened
again,
to some
you
people.
saying it, and if they're lying about certain things like that, I was molested as a child from my uncle or by an uncle or neighbor or whoever, and that's why I'm the way I am, and I like men. I like the way it feels, so I'm deciding to make my partner male. So I mean, like I say,
I
we
guess
can't say
that could
they're
happen.
lying.
I guess
No.
that could happen.
Mm.
I guess that could happen. They find out that that's a sexual preference, but do they present themselves as a man or a woman? So you're saying that they get sodomized, and now they like having sex, they like having anal sex. That doesn't mean that they're going to dress up like a woman or act like a woman.
Mm. I mean, they like the feeling of a man going inside their
Right.
them, so they
Yeah.
want
So
another
what does
man.
that make them? Does that make them a man or a woman?
That just make them a man that like sex from a man. So they
Yeah, but
consider
you're
it
saying
gay.
that makes them like that, but does that make them want to change their clothes and
Right. This
put
is
on
where I say
makeup?
it's gotta be some choices that they just out and out making their mind that this is what they want to do. Dress as a man, switch my gender, chop it off. I sent you a video because I didn't know. I asked you the question. I was like, when they transgendering in from a man to a woman, what are they doing with their penis?
Right.
So my daughter sent me a tape. I sent it to you,
Yeah.
showing the surgery, what they do to
Yeah.
the penis, the clip it and snip it and tuck it and open it
Yeah,
and
but
lay
somebody
it
cutting
down.
their penis off is not anybody who is doing that is because they're feeling it's not because somebody raped them that all of a sudden now they want to cut their penis off and become a woman.
Well, we don't know that because, like I say, it's millions of them out there, and all of them got their
We'll
own
find out.
separate
Yeah.
reasons why they doing whatever it is that they choosing to do, and go to the length that they choosing to go to the length to do the surgery or to go through with this or go to that. Like I said, we don't know what it is, but I still say whatever it is, it's got to be choices that they make it in their head to do that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's going on? Hi, Charlie. Hi, baby. Listen, if you with us on Instagram right now, go to Real As Women Raw Talk on YouTube and join the conversation. Tisa says, so do you think people choose to be discriminated against?
I don't think they choose to be discriminated against, but this is what comes along when people don't understand what it is that they're doing or why they're doing what they're doing. They are say mean things. They treat you differently. They will discriminate against you because you're sexual or trans or bi or whatever, and that's where the problem is coming. Like they
Okay.
don't choose to be discriminated, just like a fat person don't choose to be discriminated, or blacks don't choose to be discriminated against. We born with this black melanin on our skin. It's not going nowhere. So are we choosing to be discriminated against because we born black?
No. So should a gay person who is born gay be discriminated against when they don't have a choice in that matter? They don't have a choice about how they're born. Now, I don't know what was going on with you before you got sodomized, you know, but we don't know. We don't know. But if they were,
What I'm
there's
saying is
some
they're
other.
not choosing to be discriminated against, but the choices they make put them in a predicament or put them in on the boat or in the position
If
to
they
be a
make a
target to be
choice, if they
discriminated
make
against.
a choice,
Right,
if
because
they
that's
make
what I'm
that
saying.
choice.
Everything that it has to be a choice at some point.
Mm, not for everybody. For some people, it is not a choice. Most, I would say, it's not a choice at all. They were born the way they were born, feeling the way that they feel. They didn't have a choice in that. Now,
But they,
I don't know what percentage might have a choice based on being molested or being influenced by some other people. I don't know who they are. You know, uh, T says, keep in mind, no one owes you an explanation about anything with them. With the and okay,
right, yeah, you're right, and that's why I say you how is it that the community of the LGBT are always angry and upset at something or whatever we said or what somebody was ignorant and they said this or they said that or they treated them this way or they treated them differently. So if we don't know and you don't have a right to share or we don't have to know, then we don't know. So we stepping on your toes without knowing why, and you getting upset with us, but we don't know what we did wrong to begin with because we unless we walked in your shoes, how are we supposed to know how are we supposed to know?
I think what you're supposed to know is that no matter what, this person is a human being just like you, created from the same source that you are created from, and and they should be um, loved and respected no matter
And
what.
so should fat people, and so should black people, and so should extra skinny skeleton people with eating disorders and alopecia and everything else. It's the same thing. When you're getting
It's
discriminated against for whatever reason it is, Like, really? It's because people in the world choose to be mean. They choose to be indignant or unsensitized or insensitive to your whatever it is that you're dealing with. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, people are very people hey, people are very insensitive, and the thing that people want most is for other people to conform and act like them. It's like if you would just act like us, if you would just act normal, if you wouldn't go sashaying around in high heels and a beard and a full beat face,
You
I
wouldn't
could
bring
like
that
it better
upon
because
yourself. Yeah.
seeing you do that makes me uncomfortable because somebody has said that that's not normal.
Mm.
And so me having to be subject to watching you live out your life, as a gay man or a gay woman, it makes me uncomfortable. So, we want, that's what people want. You want them to conform. Why can't they just
They can just be. That's what I'm saying. It don't bother me. I don't care what you walk in here with. You can walk in here with a man with a long train 10 feet long if you want to. It don't make me no difference because at the end of the day, why? I'm not laying down with you. You're not going home to my house. You're not sleeping
no?
with me. I respect whatever you like it. I love it. You still a human being at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying. That goes the same thing for fat people, black people, white people, and in between. But like I say, the mindset of the world is not the same. People are cruel. People are, like I said, they don't give a damn.
Hmm.
They gonna make fun of you. They gonna pick at you. They gonna tease you. They gonna call you crazy. They gonna call you whatever, whatever. So
Yeah, T says, and she said, but people are born gay. People are born gay. And I think from her other comment, she meant, who would on purpose choose that when you're coming into a society that frowns upon that, and because of it, it's going to be difficult for you. Who would choose to be
I'm sure
born that
plenty
way?
of them
So
choose
what
to.
she's saying is that it's not a choice.
Okay. Again, I beg to differ. I think some people do choose to be gay. Some women have said, I've been hurt by men. I've been cheated on, lied to, hurt on. I'm not dating men anymore. I'm turning to a female as a partner. Because why? Do they think they're safer with a female? Because a female can cheat on you and hurt you just the same way that a man can. But they choose to go from dealing with men to dealing with strictly women because of the hurt that they've suffered in the past. So that's a conscious choice, not because of anything they were born with, not because they were confused inside and didn't know if they were male or female, but just because of the experiences that they had that have led them down the road to now being involved with a female partner when they're female.
Hmm.
It has nothing to do
Or it
with them
could
being
be
gay.
that they were suppressing their desire to be with a female all along. It could be that they could never get along with a man because they were never happy in that situation and they always wanted to be with a female instead. But
And it
they
could be not.
but
And
they
it could,
chose to
but it
do.
could be not. No, but it could be not. If it could be in their mind, they think because the man hurt them so bad, they don't want to experience that hurt from a man again, and they decided that they're going to be safer with a female partner, and therefore they're going along with the female partner. It could have nothing to do with them being gay or having desires for a woman, but they choosing to go switch over and try it or get into something new or open up another avenue because they've been hurt and they don't want to deal with men anymore. I've heard different people say that. I'm sure you've heard it. I'm sure I guess I've heard it too. You ain't never heard no woman say she started dating a female because she'd been hurt by a male. You never heard that before.
No.
Okay. Well, it's been said plenty of times, I'm
Well,
sure.
I'm sure they've said it. I don't know where. And let me tell you something. You told me that you don't know none of those people. Do you have any
No,
friends who are gay?
you've heard it on TV, you heard it on Instagram, you heard it on shows, you heard it
Well, Jerry
here.
Springer.
I have to find some people talking about it and try to pull it up. But yeah, women have said that they switched over to a female partner because they've been hurt by a male before.
Yeah. And
I don't think
I
that's it.
imagine
I
some
think that's the
females,
most common excuse out there.
what the most common excuse is that
They've been hurt by a male, and
turn
that's
to a
why they switched
female
over to a
after you've
female partner.
already been after you've been hurt by a man, that a woman will go in another direction
You may decide to try something different, try a
to try
female.
something
You
different.
feel safer.
Or maybe she
I
just,
don't know because, like I said,
I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. We're gonna try to find out though. Um, you
I don't
know,
know.
I don't know.
Like in my logic, that wouldn't work for me because I know people are people, and people will hurt you, and people will lie to you, male or female. You can get hurt from either persuasion. So it's not the problem with the who you going with; it's the person that you're picking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. T says you
a
can't speak on
woman,
what someone does because you don't know that person's state of mind, and we realize that too.
say that again. What did she say?
You can't speak on what someone does because you don't know that person's state of mind. You don't know why they've done what they're doing.
Well, when
Um,
some, like I said, when people speak openly and said that why they switched over to a female partner, like I said, I don't think that's something that we've never heard before. I just beg to differ with that.
yeah, that they do it because they're mad at men. They don't like men anymore,
Yeah,
and so now they'll just go with a female.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Which make no sense to me, but if it make good sense to them, then hey, it may work
Well,
out. I mean, more power to you.
right, and I'm saying that they was feeling that all along anyway.
It's
Uh-huh.
possible.
Oh no, Dr. Vincent Polite in the building tonight. Hey, he says all sex is a choice. All sex is a choice.
Now, are we talking all? All sex is a
All
choice,
means all.
as in sexual intercourse partners, or as in male female sex. I'm a male. My gender is sex. It means
All right, so you
female,
mean all sex, meaning the act of having sex is,
right?
we know
Or the
that's a
gender,
choice, or do you mean what gender
all
you
gender,
choose to be is a choice? So he says all sex is a choice. Terry, you're going to have to break it down
right?
for us. Talk
That's
to
not
us like
clear
we were in
there.
kindergarten. We're having a hot topic conversation tonight on with Real As Women. You can go to YouTube, Real As Women Raw Talk, and get in on the convo. So you're going to have to explain it.
Yes.
Carletha, I love Carletha because she always breaks it down. She real to the point,
She
and she keeps it
is.
simple. She said, "Same sex, same problem."
Exactly. You switching from a male to a female, that don't mean you stay from being hurt and heartbroken and
Right.
cheated on.
Oh, okay. I don't know. He says no sound. Does that mean that you can't hear me? Because if something is wrong, I don't know what it is. I've had issues tonight, so um, I don't know. So I don't know if he means that he can't hear us.
Yeah, he said no sound, so
No
he
sound.
can't hear on his end, or he can't hear us.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody else would have to you'd have to
Say if
tell
they're having
me.
the same issue.
Yeah, so if you're on Instagram, would you go to YouTube for me and see if you can hear us? Because now we're getting word that folks can't hear us. And that's not gonna work.
Yeah, but
That's not
same
gonna,
sex. What he said, all sex is. What he say? What
all
was the
sex
term?
is a choice.
All sex is a choice.
Yeah, I guess whoever you have sex with, you make a choice to do that.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
You think that we choose to be a male or a female?
I think that's what he's saying. All sex is a choice,
I
meaning
would hope that he is smart enough not to say that.
I don't know.
I
Maybe he'll
would
come back and
hope
tell
that
us.
he is smart enough to not to say that, because you don't get to choose, how the hormones are distributed in your body during the the gestation process. It's biological. Ain't no choices being made in the womb. It's biological.
that you come out a male or female. In some instances, the morphodite people, right?
Yeah,
That
right.
have
And
the different systems.
sometimes the blend makes
But
makes someone a hermaphrodite. Yeah.
right, so it's either a male, female, hermaphrodite, and other. So now you choosing to change from a male to a female. So I could think he said all sexes. I don't know. Like I said, we need some
I don't know what he's
experts in that
saying. He's going
department.
to have to explain what he's saying because I'm
Yeah,
not going to, put words in his mouth and then try to figure out what the hell he meant.
right.
I can't
It's too vague. Yeah.
yeah, it's too vague for the kid. I don't know. Yeah, so we'll get a chance to talk about that and maybe get some others because I know one couple. I don't know if they would come on with us or not. But
Mm.
she was married and she has children. But now her partner is a female who presents masculinely, who presents as a male or as a quote unquote as a stud. So hopefully that doesn't offend anybody. I don't know how else to describe it, so you'll understand. But I don't know if she would come on or not. I don't know um what happened to have her make that choice. But it would be interesting, to see what she has to say. I'll see if she'll speak to me privately, personally, or if they'll come on.
Well, I'm gonna make a public plea. If I have any gay friends or in the transgender friends that know me that watch the show, hit me up, DM me, come through because we need you. Okay, so that's my
Yes,
outcry. We need
yes,
you to come through
yes,
for the show. Yeah, and
yes.
join us. Yeah,
Yes, and
nothing but
I'll do
love
the
for you,
same.
for real.
Yeah. Well, see what I'm going to do the same thing I did with the promo. I'm going to send this show to all of my gay friends. And
Okay.
I made a list of them. I was really going. I was like, oh wow, I know a lot of
I
people.
want a good gay friend. I want a good gay boyfriend. That's a that's a man. That's because them the best kind of people, men. I wish I could be. What's his name? We have his podcast. I love him to death.
Oh, Michael MJ, no MJ
MJ
Harris,
Harris.
MJ
Yes,
Harris.
yes,
He
I
is the
love him to
shit
death. He's so cool. I mean, I need one of those kind of friends. You know what I'm saying? Because they
for
keep it
real,
real with you,
for
and
real.
yeah,
a real down
they
a
keep it
real
real with you.
down for whatever,
Friend.
and so
Yeah.
Carlitha says that she believes that it's a choice too, and I would question what you base your belief on.
Well, like I said, everybody
So
gonna
if,
fall on different lines of the spectrum. If you think it's a choice that they have to make at some point, because if you're born a woman and at some point you're 9, 10, you're 11 years old, and you decide, hey, I'm a woman, but I want to be with my jeans hanging down. I want to,
yeah, because
a
I don't
mustache.
feel I'm
I
physically
don't
a
feel like
female, but I
a
don't
girl. Yeah.
feel like
So it's a
one.
choice. It's still got to be a choice made somewhere when you're not born
Okay, well,
in the
tell me
middle.
when you chose to be heterosexual. At what point did you choose to be
It was like
heterosexual?
I said, I didn't have gay uncles. I didn't have no gay
No,
cousins
no,
around
no,
me.
no, no, no,
No
no, nothing to do with
influences.
no gay, nothing to do with nobody, no outside influence. When did you choose to be heterosexual? When did you know that you were heterosexual?
I guess when I made a choice not to be any other way,
Hmm.
not to
No,
be gay, not to be
you
bi,
didn't
not
make
to
that
be.
choice though. You didn't have that feeling. You did not make that choice.
I
You
mean,
came here as
you.
a heterosexual
I
female. Did you ever, did you ever try to be a boy?
no,
No, you know why? Because you're heterosexual. You don't have that chemical. That did not happen to you. You weren't born gay. So you don't have none of those feelings. You weren't born gay. People I'm gonna stand on it. People are born gay. They're born gay. Now,
okay.
some might come along somewhere else. Something might happen to somebody somewhere else, and they decide to make a sexual decision. But you are born. You're born that way, and those traits and tendencies are demonstrated early on. You didn't do that because you were heterosexual. You weren't born gay. You
So
know,
when
you knew
people, so when I,
you like little boys.
so when women who are born straight women and have lived as a woman all their life, and then they start to have curiosity, they're curious, they want to experiment with other women, they want to have sex with other women, they want to experience other women sexually. That's a choice.
That is a choice. That's a sexual choice. That's not an identity choice.
But that leads
When
to identity crisis. That leads to identity uh, confusion. That leads to identity misconceptions of, okay, I like women, so now I'm gonna look like a man. I want to, dress like a man so I can pull women because that's what I want to attract. So I need to look like a man to attract the woman that I want. I don't know what the thinkings are, but like I say, my thing is, it's a choice. It's some choices being made somewhere. You ain't telling me everybody. I don't know if I'm buying into that gay gene. I mean,
I didn't
yeah,
say
it's
it
in
was
the,
a gene, and you ain't
well,
got to buy
you
it.
saying if you born with it's in your DNA makeup. You
It's
saying it's
it's
the
it, it, it's
it's
in
the
there.
hormones.
It's
That's
the
part of your
it's
genes. The hormones that
the
the
hormones. The hormones and a gene are two different things.
but it's something you born with, right?
You're
You
born
saying
that
the
way.
genes come from the mother passing to the child
The
during the
mother,
birth
they
process.
come. You get some from each parent. You get
Okay,
from
but
each
it
one.
happens when the baby's in the mother's womb. So it's something that's inherited and passed down.
Yeah. All right. T, I don't know about all of that. T says people are confusing sexual choices, like sexual acts, with gender. Set your sexual gender and your choice to have sex with whomever are two different things.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I think people take those things of having sex with a woman and they move it into another, they take it another level higher because now they don't experience having sex with another woman. So now I want to be gay. I want to consider myself gay now because I'm sleeping with other women, or I'm a man sleeping with other men. So now I must be gay. So now I'm going to have to start acting like a female because I want to pull men. I don't know what the
Well,
thinking
all
is.
men who are gay don't present as female.
I know that, but I'm saying the ones that choose to, it's still a choice to start. You 14 and 15 been a boy all your life, it's still got to be a choice in your head that now you want to start dressing like a female.
Because you
Or you
felt that
19
all
to
the
20.
time. Because somebody made you suppress that. When I asked about where did you get that belief from, Carlitha says the Bible. What are you talking about? What do you mean the Bible? What part of the Bible? What in the Bible makes you believe that people have a choice as to whether they're gay or not? And Carlitha believes you. She went to the same school you went to, the school
Thank
of
you,
choices.
Carlisa. Not
Yes.
saying that we right, but that's just my opinion. I think
Yeah.
that somewhere
Yeah.
along the
Exactly.
lines, these are some hard choices that people are making.
I don't think Peggy is speaking from experience. I don't know.
Yeah,
Somebody
like I
said,
said,
you
I'm
talking,
speaking.
she says, you're acting like you're speaking from experience.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm speaking from ignorance because I don't know. I haven't walked in those shoes. I haven't had that mindset. I haven't had the thoughts or feelings of wanting to be with a woman or thinking that I
No,
need to transgender into a man or or be something or
no.
somebody other than who I am.
Of course you
I
haven't,
haven't had,
honey,
but
because you
if I
like
choose to
sexual.
tomorrow to get me a beard and cut my hair down short and start sagging my pants and acting like I'm a man, that's a choice that I'm making in my mind
Yeah,
because
that's a choice
I'm
that you
59
make.
years old. Huh?
And that's a strange choice for a heterosexual woman to make. You wouldn't do that. You just wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do, even if you had sex with a woman, it doesn't mean that you want to, change and start to present yourself like a man. You might just like to just have sex with a woman. Sex with a woman one day, sex with a man another. But that doesn't mean that because you do that now, all of a sudden you want to start presenting like a man so you can get more women.
But I think some people do that. That's what I'm saying. There's so many different choices and ways that people come into the whole fold of the LGBT, the whole community of that whole realm. There's so many different facets and levels, and I'm just how they intertwine and how they work and move from level to level to level to make a whole transition. It's so deep, it's so intricate that we'll never know the real answers, I guess, to these questions, because it's like if you're not there and you haven't experienced it and you don't know for yourself what the process was or is, how can you know? So we'll always be ignorant to the fact of being discriminatory toward them, or feeling indifferent toward them, or feeling funny around them, or feeling that they're, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I just, that's why it's like if people don't know,
Yeah,
they
but
don't
yeah, if you
know.
don't, if you don't know, then you just
Don't try to find out.
yeah, if you don't know, you don't know,
You
but
don't
you
know.
can,
You don't try to
we'll
find
try to
out
find out
why they.
why folks do what they do. The T says people pick and choose when they want to talk about scriptures and the Bible. Yeah, I know. We know people are hypocritical and they use the Bible.
No, I believe she was just saying that we basically in the word they were man. God made man, He made woman, and
No, he
He wanted
didn't.
the other in the beginning. And
No, he didn't.
there was Adam and there was Eve. There wasn't no talk
No,
about no
no, it
Stephanus and
wasn't.
no, huh?
No, it wasn't.
It was a talk about a Shiro in the middle somewhere in
No.
the Garden of Eden. Or was it
And Khalifa
Adam
says
and
that
Eve?
Khalifa says we were given a choice. Yeah, God gave us a free will. He gave us a free will, but that's different from being gay or not. Your free will and whether or not you're gay, those are not two different. And see, they in the beginning there was not Adam and Eve. There was only an Adam. There was Adam,
But
right?
once He
And
made Eve from
where
her
did
rib,
God get the woman from? Where did
the
God get the
rib
woman
from the
from?
side of man, from the rib
He went well,
into
rib.
yeah.
Yeah. But he reached it because the woman was already there, because Adam is an Adam. Adam was both. Adam was both male and female. He
But
was both. If he
when he
wasn't both,
pulled
how did God go in there and take the woman separate?
bone of my
God
bone, flesh of my
separated.
flesh. When He went in and took that bone out of Adam and He created the woman and put her together, you got Adam, you got Eve.
She
Those are the
was
two people that
already
started off.
there. She was in Adam.
Okay,
Adam,
well He pulled
Adam was
out.
both. Adam was both.
Okay, but He
And he
only put two.
separated them.
He didn't bring a third person into the fold.
No, he didn't. He separated them. He separated. He had, but that third that creation of man and woman is there. It was one. It was one, and we refer to God like, God is a man, like a male, but really, that's not so.
He's infinite. He's
Right.
infinite. He's
He's
not
both,
human.
because he's both,
He's
because
all. He's everything. He
he's
is
everything. He's
uh,
everything. She
right.
is everything. Everything. So that means both. That means it's both man and woman. Because if you say I'm made in the image and likeness of God,
He
then
got man and he got female.
right.
He
He's
created
both. He's
male and he created
everything.
female.
He's everything. He's both.
Okay, so why is there even a problem or issue with gays or trans or whoever's and males dressing like women and women dressing like men and
Because
cross
people
dressing
are
and all?
trifling and petty. Because they just be looking for something, anything to pick on somebody about, because people are trifling and petty and
Well,
aggravating.
I'm curious.
Yeah, T says having a short haircut doesn't make you gay.
No, because my hair's short. Can't you see?
And
It's real
she said,
short.
and it also says in the Bible, thou shalt not judge. Judge not, lest ye be
And
judged.
people judging all the time, every day, all day long, and it ain't gonna never stop or change.
Right.
Yeah.
And if God loves all of his children, all of
Mhm.
his creation, all of her creation, then that means that God loves gay children, gay people too.
Yeah, nobody said he didn't. We're not saying that. We
Oh,
not. That's not
we
under
didn't say
dispute.
he didn't, but other anybody who brings up the Bible when you're talking about gay, then they mean, oh, God said that that was an abomination. Well, there's a whole bunch of abominations in the Bible, but people only pick the gay one because it suits their narrative, you know. But
No, it just so
and
happened to be that's what we're talking about right now. Gay people, transgender people,
yes.
the young girl, what's the little boy fella name?
Oh yeah. All right. So now
His
we move on
son.
to
That's
that.
why
This
we're
is
talking about that. This is
the
that
final
does
topic of the night. This
right,
is young Zaya Wade.
right.
Zaya Wade is the black female in this photo. She is the daughter of Dwayne Wade and stepchild of oh is that yeah of Gabrielle Union, and
Stepmom. That's not her child, right?
no, it's her stepchild,
Uh-huh.
and so Zaya is 14. She is a female who plans to transgender into who plans on being a man who feels like a boy and who wants to present herself as a boy. All right.
So that's
And
a choice she making, or you saying she was born that way?
she was born a girl
Right.
and she wants to be a boy.
Right. She's 14 years old. She's been a girl all her life. Now she's deciding, she's making a choice.
Because she's been gay her entire life. Just because you catching up with it when she's 14 doesn't mean that when she was 2 she didn't feel like a boy. Doesn't mean that when
And
she was 2 or 3 or 5 she didn't just wait her whole life and hit 14 and decide I think I want to be a boy.
how you know? How we know? How do we know?
Because they've been, you know, they've been talking about her for years. You know, the controversy is now because of this kissing on the internet, you know,
Y'all
but
know she's been.
they've known for years
I
that
thought
this
they
girl
had a
felt like
son
a
that was
boy.
trying to be gay.
Huh?
I thought it was a son. I thought they had a son. He had a son that was trying to be feminine, but it's a female that's trying to be a male
Hmm.
that they've been talking about all these years.
And then the other person in the photo is
A
a
little
young
girl.
right is a girl that wants to be a
Be a
boy.
boy.
Or I shouldn't even say I don't think saying wants to is the right way to address that. It's not wants to,
Okay, so she
feels
was born
like.
a female and she's trans. She's going to transgender into a male.
Yes.
So these are not choices that these kids making. They was just born that way, and
They're
now
born
they're old
gay.
enough to do
They are
something.
born gay. They
They're
are
born gay.
born, you know, feeling like a man
Okay.
or feeling like a woman.
Okay.
I know you don't believe that. I can tell you don't
That's
believe it. It's
I don't
okay. You
believe
don't need to. I know you don't. I know you don't. I
it.
know you don't.
Mm-mm.
You know,
And the reason I don't
just
believe
like
it
you
is
didn't choose
because
you didn't choose the complexion of your skin, you didn't choose your body type, you didn't choose your hair type, you didn't choose your eye color. You were born the way you are.
and if I choose to change it, like my hair was long, I chose to cut it. If I dress feminine, but if I change my mind and decide tomorrow I want to start dressing like a male, that's gonna be
Well, you can, yeah, and that's a
a
choice,
choice.
but that's a choice that's being made by a heterosexual woman. You ain't never felt like no man before in your whole life. You ain't never been attracted to a woman in your whole life, have you?
No, I haven't. But like
All
I'm
right.
saying, that's
You ain't
needless to
never
say that
had that feeling. You would never make that choice.
I think women do make that choice just because curiosity or because it look cool or because it's just something they want to
That
do.
shit
I
don't look
believe that.
cool.
It took some women to do look cool. Why you think they do it? People do things because they like the way it look, and they was like, "Ooh,
Because it
ooh, I
makes
like
them
that
feel
dress up."
good,
They
because
want to
it
go out
makes
and
it,
buy that
because
dress.
they,
It's
if
the same
they
thing.
can be true to who they are. If you were to do it, it would be a lie. It would be a lie, because
Somebody
you
looking
ain't
at
gonna
me
all of
wouldn't
a
know
sudden
that though.
start dressing like no man. You don't feel like
You
no
can't
man.
look
You
at
don't like
somebody,
no
a man
man.
dressed like a woman, and feel like it's a lie. Because some men dress up and do drag and shows and do it for a living and do it for entertainment purposes only. We don't know that that's just the way they are for real. That they really gay. That we. That's why I say this stuff is just so much bigger
It's too
than
confusing. All right, she
it's
says that
confusing. Yeah,
that Zaya Wade has said that she felt she was born in the wrong body.
and
She
some
said
of
that.
them do, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, most of them do. That's
Hmm.
the thing.
Hmm.
They feel they feel
I can go
displaced.
along with that. That I can go along with that. But what I'm saying is, even though she felt that way, at some point in her life, she still have to make a cognitive choice that she's gonna now play into it. She's now gonna dress and switch up and change and become the man she wanna be. That
The
she feel
man
like
that
she
she
is
feels like
inside.
she is.
It's a choice that she's now gonna make
She
because
didn't
I
have,
feel like I've
all she's
always
doing
been a man.
is changing the physical lineup, but she didn't have a choice about feeling the way she feels.
So they say.
She can
So
make a
we say.
choice to to change her gender, her physical, sexual organs. You make a choice to have that surgery, but you don't make a I don't believe you make a choice into feeling like I'm in the wrong body. And so, all right, we're being corrected. She's going to transition to a male, not transgender to a male. Transgender is different than
Transition.
transition into.
So if a female
So
transition
does
into
transgender mean that that
it can
person
go either.
could be a male but presents as a female
I think
but
so.
doesn't have any surgery? Is that transgender?
I think
Oh,
that's transgender.
okay.
Transition is when they choose to do the surgery and they transitioning over from one female organ to the other. They going all the way with the surgery, and now they can do all the other things on the exterior to match the way they feel on the inside.
Mhm.
I think that's the transition.
Yeah, they
And
transition
like you say, transgender,
gender.
right? I think is they have a choice and ability to switch from male to female one day or the next, or they want to change their look and they want to change their style. They want to be a male today, they want to be female tomorrow. They can have that look of flowing fluidly into whatever it is that they're feeling for that day. I think.
I think we're going to find out. We're going to ask all the questions. So, mark your calendar, and we'll remind you again next Wednesday. But next Thursday at 9 p.m., a special guest in the building with us is um, JT. Listen. I got to. I want to make sure I get her name right. Um, Taja ZT Thomas. Okay, Taja is from Atlanta, and so she's going to join us because
Yeah.
Taja is a male
Male. Right.
who who um who who dresses feminine.
Transgenders.
See, I don't know what his real.
Title.
Well, no, I've seen him. All right, I've seen him with his boyfriend. Okay, so I know he's gay, but and he doesn't walk around in female clothing all the time. He only does it for show. So he puts on the shows. Okay. Um,
Mhm. So do they give them own selves their own title? If they're transgender or transitioning, or they tell you they're fluid, means they flow from one to the other. The person picked their own title to be that they want to be called.
as how they identify
How
themselves.
they identify.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I imagine so. I
or they'll
imagine
say
so
I'm
because
gay
I
or I'm
can't give
bi.
you, yeah, gay or bi, yeah, because I can't give you a title. Only you know what you are.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That the person themselves are the ones who's gonna know what it is they want to be called. Bi, I'm trans, I'm transgendering, I'm transgender, I'm transitioning, I'm fluid, I'm all them different letters and stuff. We need to get a chart and get all those letters written out so we can figure out what all those different letters mean in that LGBT WXYZ, because there's a
All
lot
right.
of
So
letters
the
they got
L
going on.
is L is for lesbian, G is for gay, LGBB is for bi, LGBTT is transgender, and Q I think is for queer. LGBTQ.
So they call themselves queers.
Uh, Somebody is queer. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that the Q is for queer,
And they
and I
gonna get
don't know
offended
why.
at that. They gonna
Huh?
they gonna be offended if you call them queer. So you can't do that.
Well they call themselves that because else we wouldn't have LGBTQ. So it must be, they're the ones made that up. Hell, we didn't make that up. Yeah. But Carlitha says, what about the man who went to prison as a female and had sex with a woman? I don't know. What about him? Did he go in there with a penis, but he was dressed as a female and then he had sex with a woman? Or he went in there, as a person who had transitioned from male into female
Well,
and
they
had a sex with a woman.
don't they search them down and script them and make them shower and give them the oranges to put on the uniforms that they would know if the
Yep,
person is a male or
yep,
female, right? So how did they
yeah.
get
So
through and get
he
into
must not have.
women's prison?
Yeah, so maybe he was born a man and he presents as a woman. Maybe he had the operation and had a vagina. So now, so what? He had sex with him. I don't know. Gotta have sex with somebody in there. The women in there having sex with each other because it ain't no man. So listen, if he came in
He
there
was
with a
having
penis, baby, it was on and popping.
he was having himself a good time hopping from woman to woman.
And here is Ray Marine. The night would never be right without this
Did he come in and say you
stereotype.
can't make this shit up?
You can't make this shit up, ladies and gentlemen.
No, you can't, baby.
No,
Nowhere
you
else for
can't.
raw talk, okay?
That's right. Hey, Ray, good to see you, baby. Oh, hey, Cameron. Hey, we love you too, and glad that you're here. T says things are getting confused.
Oh,
Dwayne Wade has a son yeah,
I
has a
thought he
son.
did.
I mixed it up, didn't I? Dwayne
Yeah,
Wade has a son
yeah.
who identifies as a girl.
Okay. That's what
Right.
I
Yeah, because
thought.
you know what? I thought I had some pictures of him dressed as a girl, in a pink suit or whatever. All right, so it's his son who identifies as a girl and
Yeah.
is dating a girl who identifies as a boy.
Okay. That sound right.
Yeah,
Cause
that's
I was
it.
like, they had a son that was dressing gay and doing just. They had a son that was
Yeah,
the
and she
controversy was they was like quote unquote letting him be himself and be a female
yeah,
by expressing himself with the way he was dressing and carrying himself. So I
yes,
don't know where this little girl came from.
yeah. So
I
so
thought maybe you saying they had
I
another
had
boy.
it wrong.
Okay.
So I stated it incorrectly. So he has
Okay.
a son
Yes.
who identifies as a girl, and now they've been seen, they've posted themselves,
Yes.
kissing and everything, on social media. Okay. So Dwayne Wade's son, in the photo with the glasses on, is a boy, born a
Hmm.
boy, but wants to, or feels like a girl, and wants to be a girl or present as a female. And she has a boyfriend who was a girl who is now already presenting herself as a male.
Yep. That's the right way.
Yeah. All right. So that's the correction. Thank you, T.
Thank you so
We
much. Yeah.
appreciate that.
Hmm.
Carletha is like, Carletha is with Ray. She's like, you can't make this shit up. Um, uh,
No, but who else is having conversations like this? Nobody.
Nobody. And
Nobody.
Ray says, I feel like a like a pope today. And he said, I feel like a pope today, and I will feel like a robber tomorrow. Should I act on my feelings and rob the bank tomorrow? No, don't do it, Ray. Make a choice, Ray. Make the right choice. Make the right choice, Ray. Don't rob the bank. Don't do it. Don't do it. So let me see. I think I may have missed this. Oh, okay. All right. T says, please don't be disrespectful and say LGBT whatever. Miss B, you were right for what LGBTQ stands for.
So
All
queer is
right.
at the end of that. Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah.
she said queer is at the end of that.
No,
That's
but I know it's some more letters involved. Sometimes they add some more letters in there than just the LBGQ.
TQ.
Q Q
I I don't
Q T.
know what.
Okay, but I've heard them say a whole lot more letters. A whole lot more letters. So, like I said, um, I don't know. It just went from two or three letters to six, seven, eight, nine, 10 letters in
Half of
there.
the
In there.
alphabet.
Yeah,
Well, there's
and
a
it's
lot of nuances. There's a lot of character, and we weren't talking about Dwayne Wade's son.
fun.
Um, just because of how unusual. I don't know how but it's the public display. And what do you think about 14-year-olds uh, you know, uh, kissing and
Hugging,
posting
kissing, and
that on
posting up.
social media? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Should that be, do you want your children, making out with people or kissing or make because that wasn't making out. I don't know.
Like I
And
said,
posting
now
that on
today,
social media.
14 and 15-year-olds hugging and kissing up and having sex is normal. It ain't nothing new. They doing things younger and younger every year. So posting it up on social media is just like, I don't know,
It's,
out of control. I mean, parents don't have that tight supervision or monitoring. Like, you try to put parental controls on certain things and tell them don't do this or don't do that. Once you put this out there on the internet, it's out there. It's not, you're not gonna get it back. Be careful what you post, or don't post this. They just posting what they want to post.
yeah, and
Who's to say if it's right or wrong? It don't matter because they done posted it up there. It's out there now. We not their parents, so like you say, we in a sense we can't judge. But people judge all the time. Is it right? Is it wrong? They 14, 15, they about grown.
for
Not grown,
real.
but about grown. They making
Yeah.
grown up decisions to transition and to switch up and do all these other things. So it's like to each his own.
But that's what we say, but we don't really mean that.
We mean it until it come to our own.
Yes. And you hit on a very good point there. Um, you know, that it's different when it hits home. And now you have to adjust everything you ever thought about it because now it's your baby or your grandbaby. And and so now what? And then what part does God play in that when that child's father is a minister or a preacher, when the grandchildren of the bishop, or whatever, uh,
Yeah,
is
I've
born
seen.
is born gay
Right.
now. you
Yeah.
know and now what do? We backstroking. We
Well, like I
we
said, people
backstroking
stand
on
on their
that.
beliefs.
You know, where do they stand with that?
People stand on their beliefs. They stand for what they stand for. I've seen on Yom Love Van Zet, Fist of My Life, where it was a gay mom and dad came to the son who wanted to marry a gay man, and the mother was like, "We didn't raise you that way. I will never, be okay with it. But because I love you, I'm going to support you in whatever it is you choose to do. But even though you know it's wrong, and I've always told you it was wrong or taught you such and such a way is the way to go. You're gonna go this way." But eventually, the parent she came along and she went along. She gave them their blessings for the wedding. I
She
believe
didn't
that's how it
believe
worked
that
out.
though.
Yeah,
You know,
huh?
she just said it because she had to, because
She was gonna marry
whether
him
she
or not,
approved of it or not,
or
it was
not.
going to
Right,
be
right.
it
So
was
if she
going to be
wanted to
done.
ruin her son's life, she would go ahead and go along with him being gay. But like I said, it's not the parents' choice to make. It's the choice. It's that person's choice to make which way and who they marry and which way they decide to go and who their partner is in life. That's what you call life choices, and that's why I keep saying and going back to it's a choice.
It's a
So
choice, except for the way you're born. You know, after that, yeah, if you're born gay, you have choices to make. You're born heterosexual, you have
you got
choices to
choices
make.
to make. Yeah, you can choose
Okay.
to go
So
the other
you're
way.
in
Yeah,
choices, but it's choices based on being true to yourself. And if you're gay and you're attracted and in love with someone else of the same sex, you know, that's just the way it is.
right,
Now if you choose to marry them, that's a choice.
right.
That part is a choice. But who you are and how you were born was not your choice.
Okay, but who you are and how you decide to dress and cut your hair and what put on lashes and wear a wig
Right.
and put
The
on high
same
low
way
heel
the
shoes
same way you
is a
make a
choice
choice and
that
I
you're
make a
making.
choice.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
making a
It's a
choice. Yeah,
choice that you make because you want to be true to yourself and not care about what other people think. So yeah, you make a choice to go on and be real as opposed to living a lie. Um, you're right. There's a whole bunch of other letters. She
yeah,
said,
it
it's
is.
now, yeah, it's now
Yeah.
LGBTQIA.
See there, it keep growing.
And when
And
somebody
she need to
names
tell
their
us what all
baby
the letters
this,
stand for.
when somebody names their baby this, I'm gonna be done with all of y'all, because that QIA at the end looked like that baby name could be Queer. When
You
somebody
need
named their
you
baby
need an L in there.
Queer, I'm gonna be finished with y'all. All right.
You
So
need some E's
I
and some A's.
yeah, because that
No,
could be.
but I knew that
I bet
LGBTQ was growing. I knew it
it's
was more
growing.
letters
All
in
right.
there than that.
Yes.
So
So
what is that TIA for?
well, the T is transgender, the Q
Okay.
is queer, the I is intersex,
Intersect. Okay.
and A is asexual.
Oh. And what
Now
does
I
that
don't.
mean? Asexual again?
A is asexual.
Asexual meaning a male or a female or a
People who are asexual usually don't have sex. They don't care about sex with anybody.
asexual, you ain't having no sex with nobody.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that's what that stands for. I believe that's what that is.
Well, who told us what the extra letters was? Tina? I mean, T.
T key.
Okay,
So
maybe she can tell us.
we need a definition of what intersex is and what asexual
Asexual.
is. Okay. Let me see what else she said. Nobody says anything when heterosexuals are young and kissing, or when a child is like 3 years old and they ask if they can have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Yeah, it only becomes an issue, right?
When
Um,
they get older.
oh, no,
No?
because they're not heterosexual. See, this story about Zaya Wade, if somebody published a two 14-year-old heterosexual boy and girl kissing, no news. That's not news. It's
That's right. Yeah.
news because this boy wants to
Is it?
be a girl and this girl wants to be a boy, and now they're together kissing.
No,
That's what made it
that's
news.
not why it's news either.
Why it's news?
It's news because it's Dwayne Wade's child.
Yeah,
He's a international
yeah,
celebrity superstar basketball. That's why it's newsworthy. Or Will Smith's one of his kids like that,
both
right?
of them.
Both of them. Okay, that's why it's newsworthy.
Because of the celebrity that they are attached to.
Right.
Hmm.
That makes it newsworthy. Other than that, nobody else really cares. It wouldn't be newsworthy if the neighbor next door, if the same thing was going on and we posted a picture. Who cares? Who's going to even?
Right. So the thing about those two is more, like you say, it's all about him and about being a celebrity. Because were it not for that, nobody would care really. They would go, oh, maybe, I don't want to see my
It's
14
just
year
two
old
confused
doing
kids. They'll
that.
get
But,
it together eventually. Yeah.
what the hell? We know
Right.
14-year-olds kiss,
Right. What do
you
they
know.
know? Right.
Um, now, Sand says a sin is a sin, no little one or a big one. It is what it is. What is a sin? What sin are you referring to? Them kissing? Is that what you mean? I don't know. You have to tell me. A period. Okay. Period. A sin is a sin. Do whatever you feel. She says, and
Since she don't give a damn, do
yeah.
whatever the hell you want to.
A
A
sin
sin
is a
is a
sin,
sin.
and we talked about a sin chart, but really there might not be any sin at all. Is there really any sin? Didn't we have all the sin wiped away? Didn't Jesus go down to
Pay
hell
for
and
Calvary
get the
cross
keys
and
from the
for
devil
our
and
sin.
whatever, what hey,
Why we
listen, we
going?
sounded silly.
Okay, well, we ain't gonna get into that because that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole other
Whole
thing. And she said what made it news too is that he was kissing a white girl.
Uh-huh. That too, I guess.
Yeah,
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 like I say, this mixed couples are everywhere. That ain't news. The fact that they so young and who they are, whose child that is what makes it newsworthy or interesting.
Mhm.
What is
All
that
right.
person?
Ray says, I can accept if you're gay. However, I don't have to allow you as a male to wear a dress and makeup and lipstick in my house while you are under my roof. You are more than welcome to dress like that when you get your own place, when you're paying your own bills, when I'm not feeding you no more, and all of that stuff. So if that's what you feel like you want to do, if that's who you are, you're going to have to go somewhere else and be that. So that's what he's saying as a parent. And
And
so I
see,
guess
some
that would
people
mean
can
that
take
you
that
don't.
fortitude, the fortitude to hold on to that stance and to do that. But in Dwayne Wade's case, they in Gabrielle Union, they taking the stance on freedom
Yeah,
and freedom of choice and letting him uh you know figure it out and live it out and do what he feels like. They not taking a stance.
right.
They're
No,
not
they
putting a hold
they're
to it. They're not putting
they're
a cap on it.
embracing. Yeah, they're embracing it because you can't change it. You
Maybe they
can't.
feel the harder they fight against him, the more he gonna fight the other way. It's like if you tell your child, this man ain't no good for you, honey. You need to break up and leave him, and go on about your business. They gonna fight you tooth and nail to stay with that man for the next 20 years. So you might as well
Yeah,
just, in a sense, just zip up your mouth and let them figure it out for themselves and come to it when they come to it. You'd be better
yeah.
off. You won't be
And
the dirty dog.
right, you support them, you support them
However they
along the
do.
way. So they decided to embrace it. And I think a lot of people who maybe have gay children could tell you that uh they they have a higher suicide tendency rate, because this is not difficult. I mean, this is very difficult. It would be it's difficult for an adult. So imagine a child coming into a world with all of these different, things going on and pressures to be a particular way when all along you're feeling oh so differently. And so they're embracing their child and allowing him to, to express himself and grow into the person, inevitably
He wants to be.
that he wants to be. Oh,
Yeah,
she said, I said that because everybody wants to find something wrong.
she says sin is a sin because everybody won't find something wrong. Is that
I don't know why she said
yeah?
sin is a sin or what she was referring to that is a sin, but I'm sure she'll let us know.
Who's
Uh,
speaking now? Who just said that?
San Turner.
Okay, what did she say?
I said that because everybody wants to find something wrong. Yeah, we like to, point out something wrong with somebody else, because what they're doing makes us uncomfortable, you know. Yes, they do.
No, it's
Hi.
not that we want to point it out. It's like I said, if it's in the news and it's out there on social media for the world to see, then again you're putting it out there and make yourself subject to be conversated about and to be opinionated. People to have opinions and make judgment calls on what they're seeing. So it's open for discussion. It's not that we want to find it was that was just something that was thrown out there. So I say, hey, you know, let's talk about this, let's talk about that, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. That's what talk shows do. That's what content creators do. They're gonna create content and things to talk about, and things to talk about is what's going on in the world, what's going on in the news. So
What's
it's like
trending?
that's
What's
what's
hot?
supposed to be relevant.
Kim says yes, they do. I was slow on the draw, so I don't know what comment you are referring to. But you let me know, baby. T says intersex is a general term used for a variety of conditions in which a person is born with a reproductive or sexual anatomy that doesn't seem to fit the typical definitions of female or male. So they are intersex. I don't know what kind of sex they have or who they choose to have sex with, but she's saying what it means is a variety of conditions. I would imagine it's the condition of perhaps of being a hermaphrodite, and what we found out about them from a friend of mine who is, who is one, I guess you could
Mhm.
say, is that it's not all created equal, and the way those parts down there are put together, the way the genital area is put together is not the same for one from one hermaphrodite to another. And so she says she had a small penis and no vaginal opening,
Mm.
but you know, uh, she feels like a girl, she from a child, and this person is in their 60s. So you know, I'm thinking that's what intersex mean when she says a variety of conditions that have
Mhm.
an effect on how you present. Asexual is the lack of sexual attraction to others, or a low or absent interest in or desire for sexual activity.
So
People
why
who
are
are
they even in that category of bi and gay and trans and all that stuff?
I don't know
They,
why
yeah,
they
because they
would
seem like they
include.
kind of like sexually dormant people that don't even really care about sex, don't have sex, and that's not an issue for them. So why they in that whole category of the LGBTQ IA?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless except for the fact that heterosexual people find that unusual, that somebody just wouldn't like sex, is not attracted to either males or females, and just doesn't have an interest in it. That in and of itself is unusual.
I don't find that unusual. There's plenty of people don't like sex. And they ain't had sex for 50 years and don't care.
They're asexual.
They're eccentric.
No, I said they're asexual. You
Okay.
know, they
Yeah.
have they don't have an attraction to men or women. They don't care
It's
about
like they ain't got a dog in the fight anyway. So my thing is, why they in that fight? Why they in that race? Why they in that category if they
I
don't
don't
even have a
know.
dog in that fight?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out. I don't know any asexual people. I only know one person who I thought was asexual, but how do you know? If you're not having sex with them, you don't know when people are having sex or what they're doing or who they're doing it with.
Yeah, because they can tell you
Um,
anything. Yeah.
Ray Marine says he can change clothes when he leaves and goes out. And they can change their clothes on the way to school, on the way to work or whatever. If if they're feeling like, listen, when I owned when I had the consignment store, um, uh, men who like to dress as women would come in and buy clothes. Okay, and some of those men had wives. You know what? He had a wife. He had children. Um, and he loved to dress like a woman. He just loved to be dressed up like a woman. And he would have sex with his wife, but he liked having sex with men too. I don't know.
So
You
was
know,
he in the closet or out of the closet with his people?
um, in
So he was in the closet. It was a secret. His family didn't know he was dressing like a woman. Or he
mm-mm,
wasn't. He was a cross dresser, but it was in the closet. And he liked having sex with men.
yes, he liked both.
What's that?
Stan says, I'm just glad that the young person told the truth about who he is and about what he wants in his life because he only gets to live one time. I'm glad that he told the world before the world had to see it without his permission. I don't know any sexual I don't know any sexual people I don't know. I don't know what that last part means, but I agree with you about him telling the truth of who he is and what he wants in his life because it's his life.
He
And
posted a picture. Yep. He put it
yeah,
out there, so
yeah. So
it's open for people to discuss.
but it's just like before you call me fat, I'll say let me sit my fat ass down somewhere. You know, so you can't tell me go sit your fat ass down somewhere.
Don't phase me.
Don't face me.
For me, my ass been fat for a long time, so I don't
Yeah,
think it's gonna change.
yeah, yeah, for
That
forever.
won't offend me. That won't offend me. Yeah.
No, no, but people do it to try to offend you.
Try to offend you and shame you and all that other kind of stuff. Yeah.
Hmm. So, but next Thursday we're going to do our regular show on Wednesday night. Um, Next Thursday at 9 o'clock, we're going to have another an additional show so we can get all of our, well, maybe not all of them, but we can
Tap the
ask some
surface.
candid questions of some from someone who I know, and see if we can get some answers to all of the questions you ever wanted to ask uh, somebody,
And more. Mhm.
anybody from the LGBTQ community, Quisha IA, um, any questions you always wanted to ask and didn't have an opportunity because you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do, and we're looking to expand that panel too, as
Yeah, we
well.
want to expand the pet. We need some gay friends of the show. Come where are we gotta have some people out there that can come through for us now. Come on. We gotta have know a few
I
know some.
Yeah, I especially would
All
like
the
for them
people
to
you
come
know.
through. Huh?
So all the people you know a lot of different people.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I know gay
No,
people on every end of the spectrum.
right. But
You know,
like I say, it's a some people might not want to, put themselves out like that or be, that part of their life they may not want it in the open,
no,
you know.
no, you're right. But this person operates in the open and they perform. So, they
Yeah.
might feel a little bit more comfortable. But I would certainly love to have a gay male couple and a gay female couple, and then anybody in between. So I've
Right.
got one couple of each that I'm going to reach out to and see if they can join us on Thursday. If they can't join us on Thursday, it's cool. Maybe they can do it another day. That's why we're doing
Right.
this show on Thursday to accommodate
Mhm.
my friend. So,
Right.
we'll see. And
Yeah.
we can explore, we can continue to explore this as we go so we can get a better understanding.
More better.
Ray
Yeah.
said that if it was his son, the son would be welcome to stay in the house, although he is gay. However, I don't have to embrace allowing him to walk around with heels and makeup and a dress on around his mother and father. The job of the parent is to love and care for him. However, we don't have to pretend that we are down with the dress up.
Well, he absolutely right. He right.
You're right, because that's
Yeah.
your home and you
Yeah.
set the standards in your home.
That's right.
You set the standards in your home. Say, hey, I know you do this, I know you like this, but we ain't down with that.
You
So
ain't doing
while
it.
you're here, be
These are the
yourself
rules of
and
the
keep your
house, right?
pants on.
And that's no different from a parent saying to her daughter that's 16 to 17 years old, you may be, screwing, but you ain't screwing up in here.
Right.
Okay? You ain't bringing no men up in here. You ain't bringing you ain't laying up in here. You do
Not
that when you
happen.
get your
You
own
better
place.
not let me catch you.
Right. If that's what's going on, no, not up in here.
Not up in here, up in here.
Right. Right.
And I agree with that. So, just because Dwayne and Gabrielle embrace it doesn't mean the next parent has to embrace it, and they probably won't. I'm sure there's some who embrace it and some who do not, but they do. And maybe it's for the child's mental health. Like I said, because of the suicide rate, or maybe maybe it's because they are celebrities and it's like, hey, we're going to put this out here before somebody else puts it out there and,
Humanizing and put it
walks
out there
around
in a
patting
different way.
themselves on the back
Uh,
about breaking this story and reporting something that nobody ever knew before ever. And so it's just like, if I tell you about me, if I'm talking about me, that's going to shut your ass down from talking.
mhm.
You're only going to be able to say so much because I'm the one that broke the story. So maybe that's their way of taking control of the
Narrative.
outsiders in the situation.
Yeah, maybe.
I
So
don't
we
know.
got them all covered.
We covered all of
We
them.
got them all in.
He said Ray says maybe they are also doing it for society and political correctness. They just want to be politically correct. You're right. It could be any of those things, and any of them, some of them, or all of them.
All of them, or none of all, none of it, none at
No,
all.
none at all. Who knows? I know one thing. Um, we wore that thing out tonight.
We built it.
We
We
wore
had a
that
lot
thing.
of. I was like, how in the world we gonna cover 4 subjects? That's a lot to cover. But
That's-
hey, it happened.
It happened,
We got
because
it in.
we had to talk about what's happening right now. We just want to give a shout out to everybody who came through tonight.
Yeah,
We appreciate you, being with us and being candid and sharing your real
yes,
feelings and opinions.
yes.
And
And we appreciate and love each and every one of the opinions, the thoughts, the comments, everything.
everything.
Yeah, we want you to feel at home. We want you to be open and be real and say how you really, whether it's a popular opinion or not. I mean, whether you think people gonna say, "Ooh, why did you say that?" Well, you no, it ain't none of that. Just come on and say what you gotta say. Add it in, put it in, educate us. We're here to be educated as well.
Most
We're here to be
definitely.
corrected if you need to correct us, because, like I say, a lot of times we don't know. We just coming from. I can only say for myself. I'm
I
coming
don't
from a
know.
place of curiosity and ignorance that I don't know about that world, about that experience, about that whole, LBGT. I have never, floated in that. So I don't know. I really don't know. And it's just in love and in curiosity. You
Yes.
know, Assalamu
Yes.
alaikum, peace, sisters and brothers.
Yes.
We love you all. We
Yes.
all gonna be in that line one day trying to get into heaven or hell. So we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah. I'll see you at the party. I'll see you at the party because it's gonna be a party. And Kim says, yes, Ray Marine, I do embrace them. Suicidal, and suicide is real with the
Yeah,
children. It's a real thing.
yeah.
Um, and there's a lot of
That's
things,
true.
Kim says there's a lot of things that you don't know, but you learn them really fast. You let it come, you let it knock on your door, you let it
Mm-hmm.
be in your household, and then you'll start to learn a whole lot of things really, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good
So
night,
I think.
Carlitha.
Yes.
Good night, Carlitha. Thank
Love
you.
you, Queen.
Yes, most
Yes.
definitely. And you all are awesome. Y'all are
Yes.
just awesome.
Absolutely.
So please comment, like, share. This broadcast is going to be available on Raw Talk on Facebook and on YouTube at Real Ass Women Raw Talk. Go there and like it, and share it with others. Okay. So we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, 9
Yes.
p.m. And then on Thursday, back to next week is going to be back to back. And
Back to back.
Thursday at 9 p.m. for Raw Talk Live. Love you,
Yeah.
girlfriend
Love you,
Peggy.
girlfriend.
Mwah.